Omar, let's take you back to pre-season last year. Talk to us about what happened and how it ultimately changed your life.
Got an injury in a pre-season game and I had 3 fractures in my back. In terms of injuries that I had, that was the worst pain I've ever felt and ever had. Couldn't walk, couldn't really move, couldn't sleep. When I would sleep, the pain would wake me up. The doctors gave me like medication to help me sleep, help take the edge off the pain really.
So how did that develop?
One of the drugs that I'd had them before. So I was kind of familiar with the drugs that I got from the doctor. So I was familiar with like how it would make me feel and stuff. And yeah, I was having them for 2 or 3 weeks, I think it was. And then obviously the pain started to ease down. I just got back to playing, training. I was then still getting like the shooting pains and the nerve pains and stuff. Again, still struggling to sleep as well. I then started on them again to kind of help me. From there, it was slippery slope, to be honest.
So you became reliant on them?
Yeah, reliant on them. Very fast. Probably didn't realise how reliant I was on them. As time was going on, I was just taking ridiculous amounts. Like it was just going up and up. Like every few weeks, I'll be taking another one on top of. And then, yeah.
So what were the club saying at the time? Were they aware that you were taking all these drugs?
No, I didn't tell anyone, no. I knew that they would have obviously advised me not to. And at the same time as well, like I know players that do the same thing. So at the time, because this was the first time like I'd actively been off my own back, now taking drugs and try and help me get through games or help me sleep or get through training, I kind of just thought it was normal.
So how did all this impact on your life away from football?
It changed me as a person. My decision making was all over the place. I would isolate myself from everyone. So for me, it was like I'd go home after training, close all the curtains in my house and just sit in the dark, watch TV or just be on my phone all day and not speak to anyone and just being in darkness, depressed, suicidal thoughts. I don't think they didn't go past where I didn't at some point have suicidal thoughts every single day.
You actually contemplated ending your own life?
Yeah. Every day, at least once. The amount of drugs that I was doing and where my addiction took me, I think that's probably what I was trying to do, like subconsciously. I was just hoping that one day I didn't wake up or I did too much and then that was it for me. Obviously that was kind of when I went into rehab and I did my assessments with the doctors and stuff and they told me like, yeah, you should be dead really. And you probably overdosed numerous times with obviously the amount that I was taking. Said like, yeah, you shouldn't really be here, do you know what I mean?
You're in a really dark place. How did all this come to a head?
He's my agent, but obviously I've been with him for over 10 years now. So we're like family and the conversation started off by, I was at home and I realized that, I'm back to pre-season in like 12 days time and I haven't done anything. Like I'm in no condition, like mentally, physically, and him knowing how I am and knowing me was a bit like, what's going on? When he looked at me, like he couldn't see anything behind my eyes. And then it was like, okay, yeah, I need to just tell him like where I'm at. He just said, yeah, we need to get your help. Got in contact with the PFA, who were like unbelievable with how much they helped us and the response. They just proceeded to get me the help that I needed and get me into rehab.
Did the intervention from Jake and the subsequent rehab save your life?
Yeah, I would have just got worse. I was going to keep taking more and more and more. My dosage was going to keep going up and up and up. Like I wasn't going to stop.
How are you now?
Really good. Feel really good. I can see forward again. I can set goals again. I can dream again. Football-wise, I'm good. Obviously, it's taken me to that time to physically get to where I need to be. Because what I didn't realize during my addiction is how much it was taking a toll on my body.
How supportive have the club been through this process?
Yeah, really good. The guy from the chairman knew, what was going on. They didn't tell anyone. The club probably came under a bit of scrutiny as well, maybe from supporters. Everyone's thinking, well, where is he? The pre-season starts, pre-season games are going on. With where I was at with my addiction, it was obviously affecting my performances. It was affecting my conduct in terms of like, my temperament and how I was. And I think it gave them clarity and gave context to why I was in that state while I wasn't at my best.
Do you think there are lots of other players who are going through similar issues?
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. All across football, all across sport, with athletes. Again, where I went, rehab-wise, you know, you become aware of that. You become aware of how big of a problem it is.
What would your message be to other players, other sportsmen, sportswomen, who might be watching this and thinking, maybe I've got an issue?
Tell someone. A lot of times when people have problems and you're going through things and you're depressed, you're suicidal, you're in a dark place, the guilt and shame that comes from that compounds the feeling, because we naturally internalize and we think it's good to know that, oh, okay, someone else is going through that as well, and I'm not the only person, and you can find solace in that. So I'd say, yeah, just speak, go to someone that's trusted, share it with someone that's close to you.